Welcome to today's 5-minute Bible study in the Gospel of Mark. Today we start reading Mark chapter 5. And remember, at the end of chapter 4, after a long day of teaching, Jesus had told his disciples, let's get in the boat and cross over the Sea of Galilee to the other side. And so while they're on the way over, remember they encounter that great storm, and Jesus calms the storm, says, be still. He has authority even over the winds and the waves. But now they arrive on the other side. We're told this is the region of the Gerasenes. And there Jesus encounters a man who is possessed by an evil spirit. Now, we've seen Jesus set these people free before. Actually, the very first miracle in the Gospel of Mark, Jesus cast an evil spirit out of a man in the synagogue. And the people proclaim he has authority even over evil spirits. And throughout the ministry of Jesus, this has become a common part of his ministry, to set people free from control of evil spirits. He even gave that authority to his apostles, you remember. But now he's going to encounter one who is controlled by an evil spirit to a degree that we haven't really seen before. In fact, this man will be called Legion because there are so many evil spirits in control of him. So this is a remarkable case of demonic possession, as it were. So let's read about what happens. So beginning at verse 1 of chapter 5. They went across the lake, that's the Sea of Galilee, to the region of the Gerasenes. And when Jesus got out of the boat, a man with an impure spirit came from the tombs to meet him. This man lived in the tombs. No one could bind him anymore, not even with a chain. He had often been chained hand and foot, but he tore the chains apart, broke the irons on his feet. No one was strong enough to subdue him. Night and day among the tombs and in the hills, he would cry out, and he would cut himself with stones. Now we see immediately that this man Jesus encounters is possessed or demonized to a degree we haven't seen in the others before. These people still operated in normal society, even with the evil that was in control of their life. Remember, the first one we encountered was in the synagogue. But this man is different. He lives out in the tombs, amongst the graves, not even amongst people at all. He is so out of control under the possession of these evil spirits that he's violent. The people in the area have many times tried to bind him, not only to protect themselves from him, but also to protect him from himself. But he cannot be bound. He always breaks free and lives in utter misery in the solitude of the tombs. But when Jesus arrives in the area, he comes to see Jesus. You kind of wonder why. Well, it seems like maybe the evil spirits drove him. Oftentimes they would come, they would drive those they controlled to Jesus, and they would cry out who he was, almost in a taunting way. Well, anyway, this man comes to Jesus. When he saw Jesus from a distance, as in verse 6, he ran and fell on his knees in front of him. He shouted at the top of his voice, "What do you want with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? In God's name, do not torture me." For Jesus had said to him, "Come out of this man, you impure spirit." So the man is in torment. The evil within him recognizes who Jesus is. He is the Son of the Most High God. Now that tells us immediately we're in a Gentile area. Oftentimes in Gentile areas, when they speak of the God of Israel, they will refer to him as the Most High God. They see him as God beyond all other gods. In Gentile areas, they might worship idols and pagan gods, but there's recognition that the God of Israel is the Most High God. And that's the way this man addresses Jesus, under the control of these evil spirits. So he knows Jesus is the Son of God. But he also is afraid of Jesus because of the evil within him. "Don't torture me," he cries out. Jesus asked him, "What is your name?" And the man answers, "My name is Legion, for we are many." And he begged Jesus again and again not to send them out of the area. Notice he says, "My name is Legion." So it seems there's not just one evil spirit within him, but many. He's a divided personality. This is the most extreme example of demonization or demon possession we see in the New Testament. This man is totally controlled by a multitude of evil spirits. and his life is in absolute torment. We are many. My name is Legion. Now, Jesus is about to set him free. Even from this extreme example of the control of evil, Jesus, by the authority of the kingdom of God, for Jesus is the king, he is about to set this man free. So tomorrow we're going to look at the wonder of this miracle. So here we have Jesus and this man Legion totally under control of a multitude of evil spirits, a life of absolute torment and misery. And Jesus has come and he is going to set him free. For there is no evil that can stand up against the authority of the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And Jesus is about to demonstrate that. So we'll look at that tomorrow. So join us next time for our 5-minute Bible study in the Gospel of Mark.